Hey everyone, Scott the Scottman. We're here to do not only a driving video today, but a driving tour today. We are going to be doing a driving tour of Bloomfield Hills and Bloomfield Township, Michigan. It's a pretty nice morning out. There was a little bit of patchy fog this morning, but nothing too crazy. And I don't want to say it's chilly this morning just because I'm feeling this on the first day of October, and it is technically it's a little warmer than what it's supposed to be. So my car thermometer is reading 61 degrees Fahrenheit. In Celsius it's like around 16 degrees. So we're starting off the video here in Bloomfield Hills, and then so we'll be going all around the city of Bloomfield Hills, and then we'll eventually be going into Bloomfield Township, which for the most part completely surrounds Bloomfield Hills. Although technically there's a part of Bloomfield Hills which has a southern border with Birmingham. But yeah, Bloomfield Hills and Bloomfield Township, yeah, both cities are like really nice, and you have some of the most expensive homes in all of the state of Michigan in these two cities alone. Like, because what I like to do with a lot of these different driving tours, I like to go in a lot of the different subdivisions and different neighborhoods. So we'll be going by a lot of homes that are, let's just say all of them are going to be at least $1 million. So it's like, I do need to get over to the right lane. So I'm going to be making a turn in a little bit. But anyway, so we're on Woodward Avenue, or M1. This is, I would say, is the biggest road or highway in Bloomfield Hills. Although it's like Bloomfield Hills, I would say, is mostly residential, because there aren't a lot of stores or restaurants in Bloomfield Hills. Bloomfield Township, there's a lot more because it's a lot larger. But this is mostly residences. There's some businesses in here too, like different offices, and then there's also Cranbrook, which we'll be going through later a little bit later in the video. All right, so we're gonna be making a right turn here on Updike Road. It's a nice little turn off from Woodward. So Updike Road goes all the way up to like Auburn Hills, as it goes up to where the former Pontiac Silverdome used to be. But Updike Road here in Bloomfield Hills, it's not really a major road. This is mostly residential. Although we're not seeing a lot of residences here. We got a nice golf course off to the right, though. And yep, yeah, with me filming this on a Sunday, yeah, church services are definitely going on right now. And yeah, right here, yeah, we got a beautiful Catholic church off to the left there. Okay, and we are now, yeah, passing Hickory Grove Road. Just barely made that light, although I'm not going to be making this light. So technically we're briefly out of Bloomfield Hills. I think we're now in Bloomfield Township. We're going to get back into Bloomfield Hills momentarily. I'm going to make it a right turn on Kensington Road, but because of the railroad crossing, I have to wait till the light turns green. Okay, we can go ahead and make a right turn here. So this is Kensington Road. So this is a road that goes right along the railroad tracks here. And I think originally, because I don't think Amtrak goes up to Pontiac anymore. I could be wrong about that, but I know when it was, yeah, the Amtrak even came through on these tracks here. Okay, so now we're back in Bloomfield Hills again. Kensington Road is primarily residential. Like, there's not really a whole lot going on this road. Although it would be cool to see a train come on by as we're traveling down this road. But yeah, it's like, it hasn't been that long ago since I last filmed a driving tour, which is the one I did in Inkster and Wayne, Michigan. But it's like I don't film these too often, just because it's like the driving tours do take up a lot of space on my SD card, and so because it's not like I could film these like weekly or anything like that. Otherwise, I'd be having to go out and buy more SD cards. But yeah, we'll be covering a lot in this video, so because of that, it's pretty likely this might, I don't know how long this video is going to be. This could easily get up to 2 hours long. Yeah, that sun is really bright. And we're back down to Long Lake Road. We're going to go ahead and make a left turn here. We're going to be heading back over to the west in a little while, but we're going to take a little, not detour, but we're going to check out some of the areas on the eastern part of Bloomfield Hills first. Alright, so now we'll make just make a left turn on the Long Lake Road. So now we're heading east, kind of in the direction toward Troy, but we're not going to be quite going that far. I've got a really nice equestrian center off to the left. I don't see. Oh no, I just saw one horse out there, but oh no, okay, here's some more. Although you probably can't see them from the view of the camera, but I saw a few more horses over there. And we'll make a left turn here on the Eastways Road. This is another smaller secondary road. Again, this is primarily residential, and this road only goes up a mile up to Square Lake Road, so I'm not going to be really showing much on this road. Because what we'll do is we're going to be making a left coming up here at Kingsley Trail, which is right here. And Kingsley Trail, this is like a subdivision, not really a subdivision, but just like a truly residential street. So yeah, when I was looking at home prices, like in a lot of these different neighborhoods we're going through, including this one, according to Zillow, it's like, yeah, we got home prices going anywhere from $480,000 going all the way up to $1 million. With of course the ones that are like $1 million are like the really large ones that are in here, which I don't think these right here are. But it's like, yeah, if you can afford it, it's like it's a really nice area to live in. So yeah, when we were on Eastways Road just a minute ago, we were on like the eastern border of Bloomfield Hills and Bloomfield Township. So yeah, I don't think we're going to be quite getting over to Adams Road in this video. I think the reason for that is because when I did the Troy driving tour a few years ago, I would have gone on Adams Road a little bit. Although there might be a no, actually maybe I will be going on Adams Road briefly toward the end of the video. Alright, so we just made a circle because we're back at Kensington Road again. So I want to get back down to Long Lake Road and start heading west, so I'm going to need to make a left turn, and it is a little dangerous here. So I have to almost practically get in the road in order to see traffic, but thankfully nobody was coming from either direction. Which thankfully, this road is not heavily traveled, so, especially on a Sunday, so this made it doable. If I was doing what I just did and I was getting onto Woodward, yeah, I'd probably be not having a panic attack, but maybe something like a step below that. So this time when we approach Long Lake Road, we're going to be making a right turn, and I don't think we can turn on red, just because it's kind of a dangerous intersection to make a right turn on red, because you can't really see oncoming traffic from the left. And unfortunately, we're going to have a long wait because it just turned red now. So we'll probably be sitting here for 2, if not 3 minutes. Off camera, that is. I won't have you guys just sit here for 2 or 3 minutes and just stare at just the same thing. Okay, yeah, that light wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be. And what's nice is that Long Lake Road goes underneath the railroad track, so it's like you don't have to ever worry about having to stop for the train. Alright, we're approaching the traffic light for Woodward. So we'll need to make I'm going to be heading back to the south on Woodward for a little bit. So we're going to be making a right turn here. Let's see if the traffic light stays green for long enough. Yep, it will. I can turn on red here if I needed to, but it's always better we could turn on the green light. So this is, yeah, exactly where we turned on Updike Road earlier, so we're back to where we were like several minutes ago. But we're going to be heading south on Woodward, and alright, I can go ahead and go. That's kind of the nice thing about filming these on a Sunday morning, is that traffic is a lot lighter compared to any other day of the week. So it makes for navigating and turning on red where it's legal much, much easier. So it makes the Michigan lefts a lot more manageable compared to having to stop at 3 traffic lights. I do need to get over, and there's a van who is in my way. So I'm going to have to slow down considerably. Alright, so we're going to be making a right turn, and for me to do a driving tour of Bloomfield Hills, this is pretty much mandatory, because this is one of the big attractions of not only Bloomfield Hills, but also all of Metro Detroit. So we're about to enter like the whole Cranbrook education community. Doesn't really matter which lane I go in, because I don't have to, because yeah, that's just visitor information, and I don't, okay, there's someone in there. But that's, you don't have to pay to get in or anything like that. Because otherwise the gates would be down, because then you have to go to that booth. But that booth's just for information if you need to figure out how to get through here. But yeah, Cranbrook is a beautiful campus. Like, you got lots of attractions, and of course it's an educational center, so there's like there's different like a private school system in here, and of course there's some really neat attractions to check out too. Like, you got the Cranbrook Art Museum, and then there's also the Cranbrook Institute of Science. But yeah, with this being a Sunday morning, there's not much going on in here. So anyways, it's like at that booth we were at earlier, or if I would have gone in the left lane, I would have made a stop there. That's where I could probably get some information about where I need to go in here if I was going to a particular location. So yeah, I'm going to try to go by a couple locations in here. nice though is that a lot of the attractions are well signed. Oh, you got athletic fields, middle school for boys to the right, and then yeah, all the art and science museums I was talking about just a moments ago. Yeah, we continued this way to go over to them. She has hiking poles, so there's I wonder if there's trails back in here too, like hiking trails. Okay, yeah, it's gonna get kind of hard because of the sun, but okay, so we're gonna be making a left turn. So right turn eventually will take us out of the complex, but I want to. Okay, it's a three-way stop because I saw a van approach. It's like, okay, but yeah, they have to stop. This is practically a one-lane road, although it's both ways. So, up ahead, that is the Cranbrook Institute of Science, which is one of the top science museums in the in all of Southeast Michigan. So there's different parking areas. I think I can easily turn around, but yeah, we got the museum over here. Which, yeah, there's also a planetarium in here, too. I don't think the art museum is open just yet. So I think they're like, yeah, I think someone's like getting ready. So that'll probably be open like in an hour or so. I'm not sure what their hours are for Sunday, but yeah, it's a beautiful science museum. Like, I almost could consider filming like a video there, but I don't know if I'd have to check to see if they allow photography or videography inside. That's not professional. Because yeah, they may not permit that. Well, I think they permit personal photos, because I've seen people post photos from inside there like on Facebook or Instagram, but maybe not video. And then the art museum is going to be this way. So we be continuing this way. Okay, so to the left, that is the Cranbrook Art Museum. And then yeah, visitor parking for the art museum is that direction as well. And we're going to have to make a left turn because that's how we will be getting out of here. And also this way too is where the Academy of the Arts are located. Oh, that was a big bump. Another one. Like they're not even speed bumps either. Okay, they don't. Maybe they are. Okay, I'm glad I slowed down for that one. That was probably the worst one. Okay, and this is Lone Pine Road, which goes. Oh, there's a lot of cars coming. Okay, I didn't realize they had it was a three-way stop, so I was able to get in front of them. Because yeah, usually when it's a three-way or four-way stop, they usually tell you like if it's that, where they either will say three-way, four-way, or all-way, but they did not label that, so it's like, so they made it a little difficult. But Lone Pine Road goes along the southern perimeter of the entire Cranbrook complex. Right here, this is Cranbrook Road, which, can I make a left turn? Okay, yeah, it's no left turn on during certain days of the week. Okay, hopefully these cars go fast enough so I can... Okay, yeah, that's good. So now we're going like to the eastern side of Cranbrook here. So you're not going to be able to see it from here, but off to the left we got the Cranbrook House and Gardens, which in there's also a... There's supposed to be a Japanese garden in there too. Which the turnoff for that is going to be coming up momentarily on the left. It may have been that, but I think, yeah, I mean, of course the gates are closed, so it's probably not open at the moment. So yeah, we're on the eastern edge of Cranbrook. And what's interesting about Cranbrook Road is that once you head south out of Bloomfield Hills and Bloomfield Township, or technically even out of Birmingham, then it becomes Evergreen Road. And that'll basically go all the way down to the western side of Detroit, going all the way down toward Dearborn. But yeah, one really nice thing about the Bloomfield area is that you got a lot of beautiful trees. So yeah, it's very heavily wooded. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is, yeah, we're back to Woodward Avenue, and we're only, like, we're not far at all from where we turn into Cranbrook. It's just to the left, just maybe 100 feet, if even that. So we're going to head back down to Lone Pine. Which is, it's a little bit of a ways, though. Clouds are starting to clear out a little bit, because there were a lot more clouds out this earlier this morning, like when I was driving over to this area. Heck, I even saw like a random rain shower, but thankfully I think it didn't get into this area. Okay, so we'll make a right turn here on the Lone Pine. Yeah, Lone Pine, for the most part, primarily just serves like residential areas. But yeah, it's like, yeah, I even look at home prices on Lone Pine, but yeah, you see a lot of huge homes in here, so they gotta be like easily $1 million homes. Yeah, there are a lot of like very expensive communities in the Metro Detroit area, with Bloomfield Hills and Bloomfield Township being two of them, and of course there's also areas of Beverly Hills. There's also Bingham Farms, like a lot. Like, this is a very wealthy area. And then there's also Orchard Lake Village, which is to the starting to go over toward like West Bloomfield a little bit. And we have just made a circle, because we're back to Cranbrook Road, but we're going to keep going. And luckily the light is staying green this time. So we're about to enter another residential neighborhood, maybe in a minute or so. Oh, okay, so the Cranbrook House and Gardens, I think the main entrance is, we just passed it. So I think they want you to get in from Lone Pine and not from Cranbrook Road. That's probably why I didn't see any signage for it. That was an acorn that just dropped on my windshield. But thankfully, I don't know if it caused anything or not. If not, I'm not really concerned, just because I need to replace this windshield at some point, because I ended up getting a really bad nick in the windshield on the passenger side, where there's like a bunch of cracks all the way over there. It's like you can't even see it from this video, just because it's not on the driver's side. So it's like, because it's the second one and it'd be the second windshield repair I would need for this car, I'm waiting before replacing the windshield, because at my luck I just get something else. So it's like, let's just wait till I get some more nicks on the windshield, or until I get one on the driver's side where it starts to obstruct my view, and then get it replaced. So that way, save money. Save money, especially when I can see perfectly right now. Okay, no, that wasn't a nick in the windshield. That was a water droplet. So we're going to turn left on the Rudgate Road. And we're entering a very, 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 very wealthy neighborhood. It's like all the homes in here are between $1 to $4 million. Oh yeah, you can see some of these homes. Yeah, they're gigantic. But yeah, it's like when I've been doing these driving tours, it's really interesting to go through all the different neighborhoods in all the different Metro Detroit communities, because we're seeing some right now that are some of the most expensive I have seen in these driving tours yet, and then there's been others in other neighborhoods where home prices are lower than my annual salary. But it's kind of like that with all the major metropolitan areas in the United States. Like, you got lower income neighborhoods and you got ones that are really high income. So we're turning off of Rudgate Road and we're gonna head down Falmouth Drive, head to the west toward Losser. Yeah, that one looks really expensive. I would think even if any one of these homes were an Airbnb, those would probably be insanely expensive. Even ones where the Airbnb is just renting a room or something. All right, so here is Losser Road, and this is like the western boundary of Bloomfield Hills, because we have Bloomfield Hills on the right and Bloomfield Township on the left. And that's probably the last neighborhood in Bloomfield Hills we'll be driving through. I am gonna have to stop. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and make a right turn up ahead. We're gonna be heading on to Vaughan Road. Vaughan Road is another another smaller secondary road which goes through going through Bloomfield Hills, and yeah, I'm seeing like some big I just saw a big mansion off to the left, and lots of squirrels too. It's like, don't want to run over any of them. like, yeah, it's like so far I've been seeing more squirrels than I have people on this road. Like, even in terms of drivers. Although that's starting to change. It's like, I don't know why they have all these different stop signs and then they're not mentioning that they're four-way stops. But at least the important thing is at least the stop signs can be seen from where they want you to stop, though. So, because it's like, yeah, imagine having a trollish stop sign where it's completely obstructed by trees, and then to where you don't see the stop sign because it's completely obstructed, and then you get pulled over by a police officer and get a ticket because there was absolutely no way you could see the stop sign. And yeah, right now we're at the western end of Cranbrook. And yeah, that middle school for boys sign I saw earlier, there's another, that was a sign for that over here. So in the Cranbrook complex, there are a lot of, yeah, everything's all private in there. Because yeah, in Bloomfield Hills and most of Bloomfield Township, it's all in the Bloomfield Hills school district when it comes to public schools, but there are a lot of private schools in here as well too. Of course, Cranbrook being a notable example, and I gotta be careful right here. Some apples that have fallen on the road. Although they're small enough to where my tires were to go over them, it would not do anything serious, but if I could avoid them, that might be a good idea. Alright, so we're approaching Long Lake Road, although before we do that, so I gotta make a left turn. I gotta make a brief left turn onto Barden Road, excuse me. And then we'll now make a left turn onto Long Lake Road, and well, we're gonna have a quick. Okay, there we go. So we're back on Long Lake Road, and we're like maybe like a quarter of a mile or so west of Woodward. And yeah, off to the right, looks like that is a golf course. Yeah, I just saw one of the. Yeah, I could see fairways and bunkers, so it's a pretty big golf course off to the right. But yeah, we'll be wrapping up the Bloomfield Hills portion of the video momentarily. We are going to be making a right turn to get back on the Losser. And yeah, unfortunately, there's no turn on red here, so I'm going to have to wait till it turns green. But I think I know why. It's because it's kind of... There's a lot of obstructions here at this intersection, so it's kind of hard to see traffic from the left. Well, at least the good news is the light didn't last very long. Oh, this is a pretty steep hill right here. So we're now back on the border of Bloomfield Township and Bloomfield Hills. Like we're at the northwest corner of Bloomfield Hills now. Yeah, up here this is primarily residential, although we're going to be going by a school in a little bit, though. So Losser Road, we're not going to be going all the way to where the road ends. It goes all the way up to Square Lake Road, over near where Square Lake and Woodward both meet, but... we're only going to be going up to Hickory Grove Road, though. All right, so off to the left, that is North Hills Middle School. So before 2013, this was originally Lasser High School. So this used to be Lasser High School off to the left there. But what they ended up doing is that Lasser High School and Andover High School, both of them closed down in 2013, and they merged together into a new high school called Bloomfield Hills High School. We'll be seeing that later in the video. But a little fun fact, what we just passed, with that's North Hills Middle School now, but when it used to be Lasser High School, the drummer for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Chad Smith, actually graduated from Lasser High School. All right, so we'll make a left turn onto Hickory Grove Road. Oh, perfect time, just turned green. So we are now truly entering Bloomfield Township, Michigan. So for the rest of this video, we're going to be going through Bloomfield Township. So Bloomfield Township goes west, a little bit to the north, and then a little bit to the east of Bloomfield Hills. Hickory Grove Road is primarily residential. Well, a secondary road serving residential neighborhoods. And then if we were to continue east on Hickory Grove, it's pretty much the same as this, with slower speed limits. Although, if I would have gone east, Hickory Grove Road is the northern boundary of Bloomfield Hills. Well, a lot of people going for a walk on the footpath off to the right. And we're approaching the light for Telegraph Road or US Highway 24. I don't know if we'll be making the slide or not, because... Oh, wow, maybe... Yeah, we're just going to make this light. I'm surprised, because this is not a super long light. But then again, it's a Sunday, so it's like... we can get a lot more lucky with these traffic lights. Alright, so we'll be making a right turn here onto Franklin Road. We'll be coming back to this intersection later in this video, because we'll head onto Hickory Grove Road over that way, but we'll do that later though. So we're coming back to Telegraph Road, because Telegraph Road curves to the northwest in this area. And Franklin Road temporarily ends here. It resumes north the traffic light. You have to make a U-turn to get back over to the north part of Franklin Road. And Franklin Road will then continue up towards Square Lake Road and then head up into Pontiac. And there's nobody coming, so we can go ahead and go. So if this is Telegraph Road, which I have filmed driving videos on previously, so we won't be seeing all of Telegraph Road, but Telegraph Road is the busiest road or highway in Bloomfield Township, because there's some small shopping areas down at like Long Lake Road, and there's even a bigger one over at Maple Road. And yeah, even on a Sunday, there's a lot of traffic out. But again, this is a heavily traveled highway, so it does make sense. just say, during rush hour, this can get really busy. Oh yeah, and then we'll see this later in the video, but there's also a big shopping area too. The biggest shopping area that's up Square Lake Road and going to the north of there. I would say with this driving tour, Bloomfield Township is going to be the city, or the township will be in the longest compared to Bloomfield Hills, because Bloomfield Hills is, again, as I was saying earlier in the video, it's almost completely surrounded by Bloomfield Township. It's kind of like how you have the city of Rochester and the city of Rochester Hills. And then off to the left you got a Kroger. There's also a Joanne. And off to the right, you got the different township offices. This is the main township center for Bloomfield Township. You got like the police department in there. And there's also a district courthouse here too for Bloomfield and Bloomfield Hills. So even though Bloomfield is a township and not a city, so like if it was a city, that would have been where like you would have, let's say, it would be the Civic Center. So I'm gonna want to go east on Lone Pine Road, but I'm gonna have to make a U-turn first. So yeah, first I need to get over to the left lane. Okay, so we'll make a U-turn here, and I'll see how long I have to wait. It's just only a stop sign here, so can't wait for the light to turn green. Oh, cool! Don't have to wait at all, so we can go ahead and make a turn immediately. Okay, so then we'll make a right turn here, and the light's turning red, but we may not have to wait very long. But I will have to stop the video shortly. Fortunately, didn't have to wait for very long. So we're back on Lone Pine Road, and yeah, it's like the speed limit is 40, and it was 25 back in Bloomfield Hills. So it's like notice how much the speed limit increases once you get out of Bloomfield Hills. And yeah, I just love all these trees in here. So we're about to go into our next neighborhood, or our first one in Bloomfield Township, and we'll be doing that shortly. Alright, here we go. We'll make a left turn onto Harsdale Road. And, okay, so we don't have to wait for oncoming traffic. Alright, so this is not Bloomfield Hills, this is Bloomfield Township, but the home prices in here are really expensive. Anything from 600 million. Ooh, look at those Halloween decorations. Yeah, it's the first day of October as I'm filming this, so it's like it's already getting to that time of year. So now we're turning on to oh, this still says Harsdale, but it's going to turn into Ardmore Drive. But anyway, so the home prices all in here, like anywhere from 600,000 to 3 million. Okay, so now we're officially on Ardmore Drive, and this'll take us back over to Losser. Okay, this is not a four-way stop, so I gotta make sure nobody's coming, and we are good. glad that the weather is quite nice out today, because yeah, I just remember when I was filming the Inkster and Wayne driving tour video a month and a half ago, it was kind of gloomy out. Yeah, nice neighborhood though, but again, these homes are way out of my price range. Like, although Bloomfield Hills tops the list when it comes to, or almost tops the list when it comes to really expensive homes, Bloomfield Township is right behind it. Yeah, I don't know what that car is doing. Oh, what's the... Oh, okay, I don't know. What's this? Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I'm looking at my rear view mirror right now, and yeah, there was like a pedestrian that was related to that, to the driver or something. So yeah, that was why. All right, so we're back at Losser. Although this is the part of Losser that we didn't really get to go on earlier, because we're in between Vaughan Road and Long Lake Road. So now we're back on the border of Bloomfield Township and Bloomfield Hills. So we're going to take this down about a good mile and a half or so. We're going to head down to Corden Road next, which is like kind of the equivalent of like 16 Mile Road. See, Alissa Road is another larger secondary road, but mostly serves like residential neighborhoods. And we're back down to Lone Pine again, and we just made this light. See, a little fun fact, I don't know if it's an issue these days, but it might have been more back in the day. It's like there are a lot of people who were mispronouncing this road as Losser Road instead of Losser Road. A big notable example is my late grandmother, who always called this road Losser for some reason. Maybe, I wonder if maybe people thought Losser was misspelled or something, I don't know. It's hard to say, but it's pronounced Losser Road, not Losser. And here is Corden Road, and a little fun fact, Corden Road turns into Big Beaver Road going east once you get over to Woodward, where we started this video, and then eventually turns into Metro Parkway once you cross over into Macomb County. Kind of surprised you could turn on red here, because it's hard to see, but I could still see a little bit though, so maybe that's why. So we're now on Corden Road, which again, as I was saying, is like, it's kind of like 16 Mile Road a little bit, even though this part has a little bit to the south. And this road eventually continues over to Telegraph Road, then you have to get on the Telegraph briefly, and then it continues west of Telegraph all the way over to Inkster Road, which is like the border of Bloomfield Township and West Bloomfield. That's a big ghost off to the right. Okay, and we'll be making a left turn here at Gilbert Lake Road. This is like halfway between Losser and Telegraph. So Gilbert Lake Road is a smaller secondary road, just serves primarily residential neighborhoods. But yeah, I will say it is going to be a warm day today. It's supposed to get like in the upper 70s, or like in Celsius, it's like 25, 26 degrees. So it's going to be, for early October, it's going to be well above normal. I don't think we're going to be quite getting to record territory, but yeah, I think they're even saying that the fall here in Michigan is supposed to be above average due to the strong El Nino. It's supposed to be hot or warmer, and I think even drier than average. So I think they're even calling for maybe less snow this winter, although last winter wasn't all that bad in terms of snowfall. All right, so we're at Maple Road. We will be making a left turn. And then if we were to continue straight and then off to our right, that is the Oakland Hills Country Club. There have been different PGA tournaments held in there, and unfortunately at the big clubhouse that was at Oakland Hills, I think last year it ended up burning down due to a really bad fire, but they're rebuilding it though. So Maple Road is a pretty busy east and west highway going through Bloomfield Township. And then of course, oh yeah, that's right. I remember filming a video on Maple Road too, like last year, from where it begins. It's 15-mile road, like Clinton Township area, going all the way out toward the Milford Township area out to the west, as you head out toward Kensington Metro Park. Okay, so we're crossing over Losser, and there's a little small shopping area in here. We got Plum Market off to the right. There's a Kroger to the left. You even see some restaurants into the right too. I see like a Thai restaurant. So the next neighborhood we'll be going into will be coming up shortly on our left. So we'll turn left in a couple blocks from here. Okay, we'll make a left turn here. Ooh, gotta watch out for that thing. Okay, so this is Overhill Road. So the homes in here are a little expensive, but maybe not as bad as that last neighborhood we drove through. This homes are between like $600,000 and $1.5 million. So it's still out of my price range, but not as bad as when we were on Artmore Drive earlier. I'm seeing with how long I've been recording so far, it hasn't even been a full hour yet with this video, so definitely not as bad as I thought. Although I still suspect I may have to stop somewhere to swap the camera battery, so I think I'm getting close down to 40%. The one bad thing is that the road quality is not the greatest, though, although it's not as bad here. Oh, this is a really interesting intersection, and I don't even think we have to stop here. Nope. So we'll just continue. So this is Glengarry Road. We'll be making a left turn here. Now look at the home prices on Glengarry Road. The prices are a lot more expensive. Now we're going, everything's between $1.5 million to $4 million. Because yeah, you can see how huge these homes are. But yeah, right now we're not far from the city of Birmingham. We're probably like maybe half a mile, if even that, west of it. There's even a home for sale too, although again it's way out of my price range. It's like even if you would have won on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, you would still not be able to afford these homes. So let's just say that game shows will not even come close to, like, winning on a game show will not be able, or will not allow you to afford a home on this road. All right, so we'll make a right turn back onto Corden Road. Again, we're about maybe 3/4 of a mile, or half a mile, maybe 2/3 of a mile east of Gloucester. This is Covington Road. We're not going to go down Covington Road in this video. It's another smaller secondary road. It's kind of like Cranbrook Road, which, speaking of that, we're about to get back to Cranbrook Road and we'll be making a right turn. So if we were to go another mile east on Corden, that'll take us over to Woodward, and then it becomes Big Beaver Road. So here's Cranbrook Road, and of course making a left turn will take us back up toward where Cranbrook is, and it'll take us back in the Bloomfield Hills. But going this way, it'll take us into the eastern end of Bloomfield Township. And then yeah, once again, we got really expensive homes on this road. This is kind of like Glengarry Road a little bit, where you can easily see these homes are definitely no less than $1 million. But yeah, it's like, yeah, again, it's like you would not be able to win. Even, yeah, it's like no matter what game show you were to win the grand prize on, you would not be able to afford any homes in here. Although, speaking of game shows, though, it's like I remember when I was growing up, because I used to love watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire back when the late Regis Philbin was the host of the show. And like I always dreamt of being on that show. And then winning the $1 million, but obviously that didn't happen, but would have been a cool experience to be on that show though. Although knowing me, it's like I'm pretty good at trivia, but I don't think I would have won the $1 million on that show. I probably would have gotten maybe like to the 32,000 level, but I probably feel like once I got to like maybe like 125,000, I probably would have to walk away or something, because I probably would have used all 3 of my lifelines. All right, so we're back to Covington Road here, and then we're going to continue to the left because Covington Road ends to the right there, and this becomes Cranbrook Road once again. And the traffic light up ahead, that is Maple Road. And once he had like another And then kind of like around this intersection, this is where, if you were to go left, that's going to become Birmingham. And we can turn on red here, but I have to wait for it to clear, which, oh, don't have to wait very long. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the video rolling. So if we were to continue south on Cranbrook Road, that would take us over down by Seaholm High School, which is technically in the Birmingham School District. And not only that too, but that high school is technically in the Birmingham city limits. And then Cranbrook Road continues south for another mile. It gets down to 14 Mile Road, and then it becomes Evergreen Road as it goes down to the city of Beverly Hills, and then eventually in the Southfield. I do need to merge over one lane. So we're back. So we're back to where we were just several minutes ago. That was Overhill Road. What we're going to do now is we're going to head up to Losser. We'll be making a left turn to head south. And I don't know if I'll be making this left turn green arrow because I'm kind of far away. No, oh, and I gotta be careful. Figure, let's play it safe. We'll let the person through. Because if I hadn't have done that, that would have blocked westbound Maple Road traffic a lot longer. And nobody likes that. Okay, so we're continuing south on Losser. We're going to take this down to 14 Mile Road. And Orchard Hills Golf Course is off to the right. Or it's not Oakland Hills, excuse me. Because I was about to say, oh, it's another golf course, but that's the same one we passed by earlier. Drive here, and off to the left not only we got St. Regis Church, but there's also some private schools off to the left. Couldn't see the sign for it though. Oh yeah, one of them is Marion High School. It's like, yeah, so there's churches, and then also you got some private high schools over there, so they're not officially a part of the Bloomfield Hills School District. Alright, so we'll be making a right turn onto 14 Mile Road. And we're now on the border of Bloomfield Township and Beverly Hills, which Beverly Hills is to the left, and then Bloomfield Township is to our right. Kind of surprised the speed limit is only 30 here. But yeah, I remember doing a driving tour around Beverly Hills. I think I did that with Birmingham too. Huh, okay, yeah, now the speed limit's increasing. So yeah, that was interesting. But I think that's because technically now on the left, that's now the city of Bingham Farms, which is not very large at all. I got someone biking well into the road, but luckily we can get around them. Just before that car was coming from the other side. Telegraph Road. So for the next little while, we'll be spending our time west of Telegraph. Oh, that's a fancy right turn lane. Oh wow, look how lucky we are. We did not really have to stop here. So now on the, oh, we gotta watch out for that one. So now on the left, that is the village of Franklin, or Franklin Village. And then to the right, that is a synagogue. So we're gonna continue for like another mile to the west here. Yeah, despite being this early fall right now, yeah, a lot of the leaves they're slowly starting to turn, but there's still a lot of green in the trees. But it'll probably look dramatically different in a couple weeks from now. It's amazing how much the clouds have really cleared out compared to when we started this video. Okay, so we are approaching the stop sign for Franklin Road. If we were to make a left turn, we would head down into Franklin Village, like the heart of Franklin Village. But we're going to be making a right turn. And if we were to continue straight on 14 Mile Road, that is actually a dirt road. So it's kind of interesting to see something like that. And then over there on our left, that is Franklin Cider Mill, which is one of the more popular cider mills in the Metro Detroit area. As a matter of fact, I've even been there before, and they have really good apple cider there. It's like you can even see them press the apple cider like on site there, which is really cool. It's definitely one of the better cider mills in the Metro Detroit area, just like how you have Blake Cider Mill up in Armada. There's also Yates Cider Mill out like in the Rochester or Shelby Township area. And yeah, there's many, many, many others. Yeah, what's really cool about the cider mills is that, yeah, a lot of them are on the outskirts of Metro Detroit, but Franklin Cider Mill is kind of in the heart of the suburbs. Yates Cider Mill is kind of like that too, because it's in Rochester. It's in Rochester Hills and Shelby Township, which are pretty big suburbs up in the northeastern part of the area. Which, yeah, unfortunately I'm not going to be showing it in the video, but yeah, there's another little shopping area that's at Maple and Telegraph. If we were to go like a mile to the east, like there's like a Trader Joe's over there. Can't remember exactly what was over there, but Trader Joe's is a notable example. I think there's even a Whole Foods. Okay, so we're crossing over Maple Road now, and we're going to continue for like another maybe 2/3 of a mile. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people going for a walk, a run, or for a bike ride this morning, but yeah, I don't blame them because it's a beautiful day for that. Even yesterday was really nice too, even though there was some dense fog early yesterday morning though. But all right, so we'll be making a left turn at Walnut Lake Road. which Walnut Lake Road, it begins here and it goes all the way out toward like the border of West Bloomfield and Commerce Township. We're gonna go into another neighborhood in a little bit, which we'll do that probably within the next maybe, I don't know, half a minute. All right, so we'll make a right turn here, and this is Raven Road. So we're now entering a neighborhood or a subdivision which is not as expensive, because we're not going to be going by any $1 million homes this time. Like the home prices in here in this subdivision, they're averaging between $450,000 and $650,000. So these are homes which, if you were to win the grand prize on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, you could afford. Although, then again, I think you even win some of these grand prizes on game shows. We're trying on Hedgewood Drive now. I think even if you were to win the grand prize, I don't think you get like the $1 million like right away or anything. I think you have to wait. Because I think they give it to you in small amounts. All right, we'll make a left turn onto Kings Mill Drive. Yeah, nice little neighborhood though. What is interesting though is that, yeah, with all these different subdivisions I've driven in so far, they don't have any sidewalks. So it's like, yeah, anybody walking on the road or going for a walk, you pretty much have to walk on the road. And yeah, if I would have stayed on Raven Road, that's where it would end up. Okay, so we're now back to Corden Road, and we'll be making a left turn here. So we'll take this for another half mile, and then we'll be going to where Corden Road officially ends. So just think, with the exception of the little interruption at Telegraph Road, this is where Corden Road officially begins or ends, and then you go the other direction, it eventually turns to Big Beaver Road and the Metro Parkway, and it'll take you all the way to Lake St. Clair Metro Park over at Lake St. Clair. So just think of that. And here is Inkster Road, which is a road I was on during the Inkster and Wayne driving tour video I did a month and a half ago. We're at the northern end of Inkster Road, so that's pretty cool. So this road will take you south all the way down to Inkster, or the city of Inkster. So Inkster Road, we're on the border of Bloomfield Township on our right, and then you have West Bloomfield on the left, which, yeah, West Bloomfield was a driving tour I did a long time ago. It was one of my early driving tours that I have done. Okay, yeah, there are a lot of clouds off to the north. Alright, so we're going to be making a right turn here onto Lone Pine. So Inkster Road technically ends just up ahead, like maybe like a quarter of a mile, if that, and then it becomes Lone Pine Road again. So that up there is like the northern end of Inkster Road. But yeah, Lone Pine Road eventually, or continues west toward Orchard Lake Road in West Bloomfield. Yeah, some of the leaves are starting to turn colors over here, like they're just starting. Yeah, I'm hoping that next weekend, I'd like to try to get up to northern Michigan, like to see some of the fall colors. Although some of the weather forecasts are kind of wishy-washy a little bit. Like, one of them saying it's going to be dry, others are saying rain chance. So, I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, this is a really beautiful area of Metro Detroit. Like, we got nice neighborhoods, a lot of wooded areas, some nice rolling hills. We'll make a left turn onto Franklin Road. We're gonna have to stop here though. All right, so we're back on Franklin Road, and we would not really have missed anything if we would have continued north on Franklin Road from where we turned off at Walnut Lake Road, like a mile and a half to the south. But yeah, I will say, yeah, but northern Michigan today, there's actually a lot of rain up there. So I'm glad I chose to stay home this weekend. Which I kind of needed that anyway, because before this weekend, I've been busy every week because I went to Grand Rapids last weekend for a wedding, and then 2 weeks ago, well, this time 2 weeks ago, I was on an airplane coming home from the Republic of Georgia, like out to the east of the Black Sea. So it's like, and of course I was traveling for the first half of September. So here is Long Lake Road, and Franklin Road continues to the right, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing. So we're going to go ahead and turn now. So Franklin Road will continue further down. But we'll have to drive on Long Lake Road for a little bit. Long Lake Road going the other way would take you over into West Bloomfield eventually, and then it ends over at Orchard Lake. So coming up to our left, that is a really beautiful church. This is Kirk in the Hills Presbyterian Church. It is absolutely beautiful. It's like the church looks like something you'd see in England. Like, I'm not kidding you. And then we actually have to stop at this light. Golf cart on the sidewalk over there. All right, so coming up on our right, we are approaching Bloomfield Hills High School, which I was talking about that just a little while ago. Which originally there used to be a high school called Andover High School. We'll make a right turn to Andover Road, and then we'll come back out, but. So in 2013, Andover High School ended up closing, which along with Losser High School. I'm going to make a U-turn here because the road's closed up ahead. And then, because what they did was that they merged the two high schools together and they built that high school. It's called Bloomfield Hills High School. So the new high school, it's the main high school for the Bloomfield Hills School District. And that is, it's basically in the same complex as where Andover High School used to be. So I say for students who were in Andover, pretty much just end up getting almost like a newer and bigger building, where students at Losser High School had to come all the way over here. So now we're going to make a right turn back onto Franklin Road. So this is where Franklin continues to the north. Yeah, it's getting a lot more cloudy up this way. So definitely a lot different compared to where we were earlier in this video. And yeah, I didn't look at the home prices on this road, but yeah, I'm seeing some big time mansions on this road. Even think about it, Mr. Squirrel. Okay, good. He waited till I passed on by. And we are back at Hickory Grove Road, so we just made a big circle. But this time we're going to be making a left turn onto Hickory Grove. And this is where Hickory Grove becomes a residential neighborhood. And yeah, I forgot to look at the home prices in here, but they're pretty expensive. I can guarantee you that one. Because yeah, now right around here, Hickory Grove Road now starts to turn more to the north as it heads up towards Square Lake Road. And then just a little bit to the, we'll be going by it too when we get on the Square Lake Road, but there's a golf course not too far away from here. Yeah, look at my camera battery. I think in the next neighborhood, I may have to find a place to pull over because I might go ahead and swap out my camera battery. Because I think that'd be a really good spot to swap it out. Excuse me. Yeah, as what I'm saying, and my camera battery is getting down to 10%, and we're gonna be, after we get on the Square Lake Road, we're gonna be going into one more residential neighborhood, and that'd be a really good spot for me to swap my battery. Because then for the rest of the video, I'll just be on the larger highways or roads. So, all right, do got a little bit of weight, or not? All right, I'll keep it going because I can turn now. So this is Square Lake Road. If I would have made a right turn, I'd be right to the traffic light for Telegraph Road, and that's where Square Lake Road becomes a much busier highway. We'll be seeing that in several minutes from now, because we'll be making it kind of like another circle. So to the left, that is another golf course. And if we were to make a left turn at this intersection, this is Club Drive, that'll wind back over to Franklin. Which I almost considered taking that road, but I decided just to take Hickory Grove instead. But yeah, that was an odd place for someone to park. Like, I thought that was a police officer at first or something, but it wasn't. But yeah, it's like, yeah, the speed limit on this road is 35 miles per hour, yet the majority of people do not go 35 on this road. People are easily going 40 or 45. But it's like, people have to be careful, because I have seen police officers pull over the side of the road waiting to catch speeders. Alright, so we're going to be entering our last residential neighborhood ahead. We're going to be making a right turn here. And then up that way, you can't really see because of the trees. They've got a Muslim Unity Center there. Okay, so we're going to head down Maplewood Avenue. And the homes in here are really expensive too. Like, they're averaging, there's a huge range. It's between 1 to 2 million. So it's really, 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 really expensive. Watch out for that apple. Okay, don't turn here, but I'll turn at the yield sign up ahead, because that's Delrose Drive. Actually, what I'm going to do, this is a good spot for me to swap my camera battery. So I'm going to stop the video momentarily, and I'll be right back. Alright, perfect. So I just put a new camera battery in, and now we're back in business. I figured that was a really good spot to swap out the camera battery, because I was able to do that comfortably without having to sit in front of anybody's home. So that was a really good spot to do that. So the home prices in here, there is a huge variety. It goes anywhere from $450,000 up to $2.5 million. And of course, some of the homes on the right might be a little bit pricey too, just because it's on Square Lake itself, as in the lake. And yep, it's that time of the year where we're going to start seeing a bunch of leaves fall on the road, and there's some more apples too. They're not any of the apples you would want to eat though. Okay, and this is Ward Road. So this is a little small secondary road, which is almost entirely gravel. Thankfully, it's not muddy or anything, so it's not going to mess up my car. And yeah, up ahead, this is going to become pavement, so... Just a small stretch of unpaved road. So now it's pavement once again, and then we're about to get to Orchard Lake Road, which this is a very small part of Orchard Lake Road, which goes into Bloomfield Township. We're at the northwest end of Bloomfield Township, because we're over near where Sylvan Lake and Kiko Harbor are. If we were to make a left turn here, Orchard Lake Road would take you down to Sylvan Lake and Kiko Harbor. And yeah, Yeah, they just recently redid this road, so it's a lot nicer. Alright, and we are here at Telegraph Road. We're going to be making a right turn. If we were to cross over Telegraph, we would be entering the city limits for Pontiac. Which, yeah, Pontiac was another early driving tour. It was one of my first driving tour videos I had filmed. So now we're going to take Telegraph Road. We're going to go back down to Square Lake Road. So this is the one area of Bloomfield Hills and Bloomfield Township where it is now a really busy area, because this is where the heaviest or the most amount of like department stores, grocery stores, and restaurants are located. And yeah, like there used to be a store called House of Bedrooms, which that ended up going out of business, I think, a couple years ago. Got a Honda dealership off to the left. There's also a Lowe's. There's a BMW dealership. So there's some different dealerships over in here too. And to the left, you got a Henry Ford Medical Center. You got Menards. You got Planet Fitness. That's a brand new shopping area out to the left too. Got an Aldi. Got one of those Beyond Juice and Eatery places. You got Five Guys. Carl's Golf Land's a popular golf store to the right. And then to the left, you got a Better Health store. You got Pet Supplies Plus. Also got Olga's Kitchen. Even a hockey store. To the right, you got a Chipotle, Starbucks, Potbelly. On the left, there's that brand new Panera Bread that's going to be opening up. You also got one of those at-home stores. You got Dick's Sporting Goods. You got Burlington Coat Factory. You got IHOP. It's also a Costco. There's a McDonald's. Got ABC Warehouse on the right. And there's also a Target on the right too. And I'm going to have to get over because he's not going to Target. There's also a dealership to the left. I think you have Dodge, Chrysler, Ram. Oh, there's a big backup for Square Lake Road right now. I don't see this on a Sunday morning, typically. It is nice though if you want to go east on Square Lake Road though, that you can definitely you don't have to do like a Michigan U-turn or anything. You can do this to get onto Square Lake Road. So we're back to where we just were. So if we're to go like maybe like 20 feet to the west of here, we'd be back to Hickory Grove Road. Oh, there's also a Jimmy John's off to the left too. And then in the right, there's a Jersey Mike's Sub. Tropical Smoothie Cafe. So like, there's a lot over in here. This is like the biggest shopping area in the Bloomfield area. So this is where Square Lake Road is a pretty busy highway, because this is also Business Highway 24. And this is a big highway which connects you over to I-75. And I do eventually need to get over to the rightmost lane, or the far right lane, but yeah, this motorcycle's not going to let me over. But I can get over now. In fact, I can probably get over now. So we're right now, like, we're in the northern part of Bloomfield Township. If we were to go like half a mile to the north, we'd be in the Pontiac city limits. And the traffic light up ahead, this is Losser. So this is where Losser Road ends. So like when we were getting out of Bloomfield Hills, if we were continuing on Losser for like another maybe third or half a mile, this is where we'd end up. And this is where Losser Road begins and ends. And there's another little shopping area over in here too, although it's a lot smaller compared to what we saw over by Telegraph. Yeah, that Jeep did not see that motorcycle. Got the soup in there, you got a Rite Aid pharmacy. There's a CVS on the other side of Woodward. I see another Starbucks. Oh, that Tim Hortons closed down. There used to be a Tim Hortons on the right side there. We are now entering a very short freeway portion of Square Lake Road. Because this is technically business I-75 right now, and this would take us up to... So we're going to be continuing east on Square Lake Road. So to do that, we're going to have to get off of this upcoming exit. This is Updike Road right now. We saw this at the very beginning of the video. So we're going to get off here to continue on Square Lake Road. If we were to continue straight, that'll take us over to I-75, where we can get on I-75 north or south. So yeah, here we're going to have to make a right turn to go west temporarily on Square Lake Road. So this is where Square Lake Road resumes once we get off the very short freeway portion we just did. The traffic light down there, that's Updike Road. If you're going Square Lake Road west, you'd be making a right turn and then you get out back onto the freeway to go west and the freeway ends. But we're going to continue east, so we're going to have to wait for these three cars to pass on by. Square Lake Road up ahead now becomes just becomes a two-lane road once again. So yeah, we're now in like the northeastern part of Bloomfield Township. And I think all three of those cars are making a left turn there. No, that first car ended up continuing. Here's that Eastways Road we were on earlier too. If we hadn't made that turn onto Kingsley Trail, we'd continue up and it would end up over here. Got the International Academy to our right. So we will be making a right turn up ahead. This is Square Lake Road. Not Square Lake Road, we're on Square Lake Road. This is Squirrel Road. If we were to continue east on Square Lake Road, it will eventually get over to Adams Road. We'd be going under I-75, and then it continues east into Troy. Squirrel Road here in Bloomfield Township, it's mainly just a small secondary road serving residential neighborhoods, but if you were to go north, that'll take you up to downtown Auburn Hills and then continues north up toward Oakland University. And when you get up to that area, then Squirrel Road becomes a much busier road. And speaking of Squirrel Road, you can't drive on Squirrel Road without seeing a squirrel. How convenient. So we're beyond Squirrel Road all the way to where it ends. And yeah, this is Westview Road. So yeah, Westview Road continues to the left toward Adams Road. If we were to make a right turn onto Westview, once you get over to Eastways, that becomes Kingsley Trail. And that's what we were on earlier. Statue looks like, I'm trying to see if that was like an owl or something. And here is Long Lake Road. Alright, so let's continue. If you ever make a left turn on Long Lake Road, that'll also take you over into Troy. Yeah, we don't have that much more to film in this video because we're gonna end the video back where we started earlier today. Because we started the video at Woodward and Corn Road / Big Beaver Road, and we're gonna end over at that same intersection. But yeah, I will say this has been a very enjoyable drive this morning. Not a lot of traffic out, but that's kind of the nice thing about filming these on a Sunday morning. It's where you see typically the least amount of traffic during the entire week. When there's not a holiday. Academy of the Sacred Heart off to the right. And here is where Squirrel Road officially ends. And this is Waddles Road, which is basically 17 Mile Road. Waddles Road only continues maybe not even a quarter of a mile to the right, and it ends at Kensington Road. What is that road that goes along the railroad tracks? I gotta hurry, there's a truck coming in a little bit, so I can't hesitate. So Waddles Road, yeah, eventually will continue east all the way over toward, goes into Troy, and then eventually ends up in Sterling Heights at 17 Mile Road. Waddles Road is one of the smaller, for the most part, one of the smaller secondary roads, although there's still a couple shopping plazas at some of the intersections in Troy. Not so much in Bloomfield. Approaching the intersection for Adams Road, so we are now at the true eastern boundary of Bloomfield Township. Because once we cross the road, we'll be entering Troy. Which Troy again is another driving tour I did a long time ago. Okay, didn't have to wait too long. So yeah, we have Troy on our left and then Bloomfield Township on our right. So we're going to take this down 1 mile to Big Beaver Road. And And then we'll take Big Beaver over to Woodward, and that's where we will end the video. As for the rest of the day, I definitely want to get some lunch, maybe over in like the West Bloomfield area, and then should probably head home after that because there's things I gotta do on my computer today. And then I have the work week coming up. Yay! Hopefully you can tell the sarcasm in that yay. And if we were to continue south on Adams Road for maybe a third of a mile, we'd be entering the city limits for Birmingham. Or technically, I think even once you cross Big Beaver Road, that becomes Birmingham. All right, so make a right turn here, and yeah, there's no turn on red here, so I'll have to wait till. Oh, perfect timing. How about that? So this is Big Beaver Road. So this is the road that on the other side of Woodward becomes Corton Road. Going back the other way, I'll take over toward in Detroit where the Somerset Collection is, which is the big indoor shopping mall, and of course a lot of stores, a lot of restaurants. And that's where Kensington Road ends, if we were to continue on that road. So we're going to continue to the next traffic light, and that's where Woodward Avenue is. That's where we will end the video. So yeah, I really enjoyed my drive around Bloomfield Township and Bloomfield Hills today. Both are very beautiful cities, or city and township. Very, very expensive homes, but it's a really nice area if you can afford it. This video is not even going to be 2 hours, so I did pretty well, I have to say, to keep it under 2 hours. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this driving tour of Bloomfield Hills and Bloomfield Township, Michigan. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that subscribe button to comment on join for the adventure. And don't forget to click that notification bell so that way you know when a new video goes live. Well, thank you for watching, and this is Scott, or the Scott Man, signing out.